and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the huddle gang. Huddle gang, huddle gang, huddle gang. Ethereum pays for my rent. Bitcoin pays for the vent. Litecoin pays for the jet. Bitcoin cash for the rest. Spent 30 racks on an ICO. What coin did you buy? I forgot, yo. Just got started last night, bro. And I'm already hooked like a pipe stove. Flipping the coin, making it grow, taking it slow, letting it go. Cash flow's growing, it's incredible to watch it flow. Stacking the cash, taking it home, making it fast. I'm on a roll. Little bit mo's all I ask for the bubble though. Currently, learning about a new type of currency. Burning the dollar down like an emergency. Urgently, listen, my friends have been urging me. Coins have been surging, we're earning like surgency. We on a mission, man. Crypto maniac. Act like you don't really know about it. Stop that. Bitcoin blowing up like a bomb. Step back. Used to be a couple $100. Should've copped that. Blew up on a scene from the mind of a brainiac. Back in 2009, where the miners at. Silk Road, baby, it's gotta be anonymous. Satoshi blew up, now we on the map.
What? Oh. Huzzah. Hold on a second. Let me, I gotta hit some settings. See, I'm not even prepared. But there we go. There we go. Didn't have my mic on. What am I doing? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and we are back at it again for another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. That's right. That's right. That's right. We got the crispy image. I'm trying to knock this out before the Bag Chasers voice chat meeting today. We are having a voice chat. They added a crypto channel so that we can get in there and chop it up in person, live over voice chat. So shout outs to the Bag Chasers. You guys will be getting this first and extra early today. We are running efficiently. Ray slept well. With that said, that is not my Patreon group. That is Anton Daniels of AntonDaniels.com's Patreon group. And we are running the numbers up in all retrospects, including the ones where people just don't understand. Such as the wild, wild west of cryptocurrency. I get it. I get it. It's not for boomers, not for the already rich. It is an opportunity for those of us who are getting it out the mud currently. It is the biggest wealth transfer, and I will say this, the biggest wealth transfer that we will see after it's all said and done, after the dust is settled in our lifetimes. You will see the biggest wealth transfer in our lifetimes happening off of crypto and the blockchain space, period. Quote me on it. That's my Oracle prediction. We are going through history. We are living history right now, folks. But being that it's a new month, we've got to give some roses and some accolades and some thank yous. Now, we have had, we are currently sitting at 311 subscribers, which is awesome. This is great. You will never see me upset about subscribers because, yeah, this is freaking awesome. So we got to give a shout out to the people who joined the Wolfpack over October. Now, October was a short list. October is also a weird month. Like, my streaming was a little bit off. So we had real life stuff coming along, and unfortunately, I am not a remote worker. I actually have to physically go do things. So I don't having to physically go do things. I just don't have time to just be sitting on here all the time. I don't live in this space. Again, this is documentation of the process. But we got to show appreciation where appreciation's due. And like we put some numbers up. We had a few people join the Wolf Pack. Shout outs to Faye Gonzalez. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. Shout outs to Miss Jenny R. Jones. Miss Jenny in the building. She joined the Wolf Pack. You know, she's got some dope stuff going on over on her channel. If you guys are not familiar with Miss Jenny R. Jones, I suggest you get familiar. Solid content, good content creator. Definitely sharing some perspectives that are counter the narrative. And we're all about that over here. We're all about growth. We're all about moving forward. We're all about equal accountability. And last but not least, Natisse Brooks. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. I definitely hope that you guys are getting plenty of value from these videos. I sure am. And the means of, even though we are not monetized yet, me having to do these updates. And I was just talking to my buddy, shout out Saint, about this the other day, that me doing this has definitely netted me more controlled positive momentum. So crypto is generally a very, very boomer bust, very play by the hip. Having to be accountable to my portfolio, having to be accountable to the Wolfpack to try to give you guys as much value as possible has forced me to think through my positions, think through how I'm navigating through those positions, and has given me a different perspective on how I have to navigate my portfolio. So I actually believe that in a more controlled state, I said it to Saint, but I might have been able to have a stronger year, maybe, but it would have been straight gambling. Like it wouldn't have been like secure in the bag. It would have been balls to the fence, swinging for the fences. We're trying to hit home run every single play, and those plays generally go poorly at some point. They're not sustainable over the long term. So doing this, the value add for me is I'm getting to walk with probably a few more $1,000 than what I would have otherwise. The growth of the portfolio in and of itself has been wonderful. Having to be accountable to you guys each and every week has kept me focused, has kept me tracking, has kept me looking. Since we're rolling into November, happy Turkey Month, everybody. We came out of Spooky Month. Now it's Turkey Month, and next month's going to be Present Month. But one of the things that we have to do, obviously, we did the appreciation for the guests, the new Wolfpack members. Make sure to give them a warm welcome. And then we also have our numbers in from the end of month financials from October. Looking good, by the way. More on that in future financial strategies episode, which I do realize that we missed out on an episode, so we might have to do a double up, some sort of live stream, something interesting coming up here for future financial strategies, because now I'm behind an episode and that don't sit well with me. So I think what we might do is we might have a live stream on that. On the DeFi income part of it, though, we did not hit the stretch goal last month, which was interesting because it was a boom month. But just because prices are going up on stuff does not mean that you're necessarily getting more income, because the rates are liquid in the DeFi space. So we did break. We actually were in a sweet spot, because the stretch goal for the bear market is 150. Now, these numbers are probably going to go up as we look at income positions for next month. Starting next month, we've also started tearing down and securing some of these profits, which is pretty nice. We took out the GMX position that I had, which is an old sitting position. I'm consolidating everything out. So we did that. We did the curve position. We went ahead and liquidated that. Definitely at a loss. That was definitely the loss leader for the year. But we might be going back in. We might be going back in on that one. So I don't like letting the house take any of my money, especially on positions that I know are solid positions that just had a bad set of circumstances happen. But we pulled $115. Obviously, that's always either reinvested or put into a cash pool for the end of the year. But now that we're tearing it down, it's all going into the cash pool. We're getting ready to we have our DeFi cash outs. We're doing those on Wednesdays for the remainder of this month. Starting in December and into the new year, I think I'm going to do them on Fridays because Fridays I have a little bit more leeway on my schedule. It's technically a day off unless I'm working an extra, and it just seems like a more workable day than Wednesday. I will still have to do my my SNX cash out on Wednesdays, but that's just because that's the day that they unlock for you to cash out. So I'll have like a little bit, but I'm only responsible for doing one thing at 3:00 on Wednesday versus trying to have to do everything. So I think we're just going to do the 2-day splitting that up just from an efficiency standpoint, because like Wednesdays, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I'm tired. What other updates do we have? I think we're about ready to jump into the fun stuff. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, we were in the pocket. We were over the goal. We just didn't hit the stretch goal. I am 100% bullish. Market's booming. We're going into early stage bull market. There's going to be volatility, but overall, it's going to be in the right direction. We're getting ready to deploy capital. Everything's Bitcoin. We're swinging for the fences this year. Everything for this first quarter, moving forward into the first quarter, everything's about Bitcoin. House saving Bitcoin. Everything is about stacking as many sats as we can for the end of the year. And then as we convert those sats over to Ethereum, because obviously we've secured the Bitcoin bag, the house savings will be in Bitcoin. As we transition over, we're going to get a big lump sum and we're going to convert that over into Ether, and then we're going to deploy it accordingly. A couple of things that I do have to sort out that are on my accountability for next year's portfolio is, where are we leveraging the next position moving forward for the startup funds for next year? Where's that going? That's our current conundrum in which we find ourselves. The current, how'd you put it? The current quandary, if you would. We've got to figure out what we're going to do, because the position that I was in, the self-repaying loan for ALCX, dropped down to 0%. So it's just in a holding pattern, which is fine because we're going to cash out. We're going to pay the position back. We're going to free our Ether up. We're going to redeploy it. But also, I don't want to pay the Ethereum fee transaction costs. That's expensive. So I think we're going to have to move it to a different chain. I think that's what we're going to do, because we want lower transaction fees and maybe some semblance of interest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a self-repaying loan if it doesn't pay itself back, which is the gamble that you take, obviously, with these positions. But depending on how you're utilizing the platform, how we're utilizing it is, we want it in a holding pattern or paying itself back a little bit, so that way we can, pay less back. We're trying to maximize our gains here. So I'm going to have to do some searching around, see if we're going to use ALCX next year or if we're going to use a different option. Probably going to use ALCX. It was solid. The funds are safe. I'm familiar with it. So we just need to, they're on a couple of different chains. We just need to see what other options they have. I think that's what we're going to be looking at. So let's get to the fun stuff, folks. We're going to jump right on into it. Right on into it. Kick this. Boom. Add it to the stage. Bam. Get me out the way. I'm not a narcissist. Okay. Top 5 gainers and losers. And hold on, let's do the refresh so we got accurate numbers. Boom, because stuff be changing on us. Not getting me anymore. All right, so looking at this, typical bull run. The greens are looking good. The reds are not looking that bad, to be honest. Starting off at 727, we have Dino LFG, and that's at rank 727. And this is we're doing the gainers first. You want to be on this list. We always do the happy list first. I don't want to do the sad list first because I'm hoping you guys aren't losing. I'm not here to watch you guys lose. It doesn't seem fun. But we're looking at Dino LFG, DINO, and they have had a 53.6% gain in the last 24 hours. At number 2 at rank 538, we are looking at AMO coin, AMO, and they have had a gain of 44.1% in the last 24 hours. Nice. At number 3, at rank 251, we're looking at Venus XVS. They have had a gain of 42.3% in the last 24 hours. Oh, Lord. At number 4, there's always going to be a couple of goofy ones on here. We're looking at rank 652, Real Smurf Cat. And the ticker symbol on there is either, I think it's Russian, or it's one of those Eastern, it looks to be Eastern European. I don't even know what this says. I don't even know how this got here. This is peak bull run right here. This action. When you start seeing stuff like this, stuff's happening. Stuff's happening, folks. And they have had a gain of 40.6% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, rounding out number 5 at rank 46. It's always nice to see some stuff in the boring movers. And for me, the boring movers is everything in the top 100. If you're your top 100, the higher up you get on the list, the less interesting, the less risk reward I guess actually, since it's crypto, the risk reward in crypto is so much better than everything else that even the boring stuff, and I know it's boring. I know. I think it's boring as well in comparison to everything sub 100. That's where the degenerate gambling action has. Proper degenerates are down below the 100 mark. Why be in the bull run if all your coins are over the 100? Like, throw some gambling money out there. That's all I'm saying. Like, you gotta temper it. And see, that's the reason I keep myself accountable, because I would not, like, year before last and the year before that, before I started recording these, none of my holdings were over one. I would not be over 100. I would not. You wouldn't catch me dead over 100. It's boring. But you got to secure the wins. And the wins over 100 are astronomically better than any other market. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. So last but not least, at rank 46, we have Multiverse X, EGLD. They've had a pump of 39.4% in the last 24 hours. Now, we're going to have to refresh again because this is still updating. There we go. Okay. Over to the biggest losers. Now, this isn't a good list to be on, but it's not that bad of a list today because the red ain't as red as it could be. And for cryptocurrency space, geez, these things are happening. And for crypto, this isn't that bad. So let's start off with number 1 at rank 222. We have gas. Not that kind of gas. It's a different kind of gas. GAS. And they've had a loss of 19% in the last. Jesus Lord. Hold on. Wow. Okay. And they've had a loss of 21% in the last 24 hours. Why are you doing this? Okay, I'm just going to read this in order. I can do numbers. I can do quick maths. Okay, so gas isn't at number 1. At number 1, we have a tie for number 1 between TokenFi at rank 499 and Meme Coin. Not a good idea at rank 221. And that is Token, TOKEN, and Meme, MEME, both with a loss of 20.7% in the last 24 hours. Then we have gas, not that kind of gas, different kind of gas, at rank 222, GAS, with a loss of 18.9% in the last 24 hours. And then, so those two encompass number 1. You're going to get a bonus loser today. So now we are at number 3, which is Senate. The Senate is losing at 836. This is, I'm going to assume that this is an American coin considering it's the Senate and it's losing. They have had a loss of 19.4% in the last 24 hours. And then at number 4 now, we have at rank 219, LSK. They have had a loss of 10.1% in the last 24 hours. And then the new number 5, bonus, number 5, 6, hash that up how you will, at 721 is AQTIS, token symbol AQTIS. And they have had a loss of 10.7% in the last 24 hours. Now, let's get to the fun stuff, people. We're transitioning over. Yeah, that's right. Boom. Boom. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. Look at this chart, people. Look at it. Now, what do we got going on now? We are now at 44.64% into the green. Now, I'm feeling like an oracle. Now, I'm feeling like a little bit of a genius. Now, I feel good about myself. Just kidding. I felt good about myself before because we were beating your favorite investment advisor. We are beating the S&P 500. We are beating all markets. We are securing bags. We are preparing for the bull run. We are ending out the bear run. This technically, the end of the year is flipping bullish, does not equate to the year not being a bear year. These are great numbers for a bear year. Look at all the green. It's just green. Everything is green. When your top 10 is green, oh man, it is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning. It is ridiculous. Get up in here because we got stuff moving. We're putting some big numbers on the board too. Like this ain't, oh, oops, wrong way. So let's jump into this top 10. At number 1, as we're breaking this down, this position's going to continue to grow. We have Ethereum, ETH. At number 2, we have Synthetics Network, SNX. At number 3, we have the original orange pill, Bitcoin, BTC. At number 4, we have USDC. At number, which is USDC. At number 5, we have NASDAQ's NSDX. At number, is that 5? That is 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, we have Wrap Bitcoin, WBTC. At number 7, we have Arbitrum, ARB. At number 8, we have Cosmos Hub, ATOM, which, folks, has flipped into the green. Has flipped into the green, mind you. At number 9, we have Thor Wallet Dex, TGT. At number 10, back in the number 10 position, clawed its ways back up from the nether region below the 10. We have Camelot Token, Grail, GRAIL. It's looking good, folks. This is what we like to see. We like to see green on some metric all over the place. You know, even the NASDAQ's position, just 3% in the green. I'll take it. I will take it. I will take it. That means we's winning. We want to win. We want to continue to win. We're going to secure in those bags. Now, tearing down these positions is going to harm my soul. I guarantee it. It's not going to make me feel good. It's not. It is not. We'll see what we need to do to get the loan back. I'm tearing down from the back because like I think that I have developed this portfolio specifically is very solid. And we have a couple of positions that are going to be locked up until later in the year, which will catch us hopefully in the bull run, which will be nice because those positions will be slated to be axed and moved into other positions. We'll see what's available then. We'll see what's going on. We'll see how we're feeling. But the Arbitrum position, specifically the Camelot, we opted to lock up tokens to get additional income. out of those positions. So as we're waiting for those unlocks, we've got some money that'll be owed to us that is not going to be in the lexicon of like the main positions. But that also gives us the ability to, tear down from the back. We've got some old positions sitting out there that are just stagnant and funky, and we're gonna go ahead and clip those down, and then we'll clip into this year. I think that this first week was old positions, and as I get those moved over to the Ethereum chain to pay this loan back, we'll see what's what with that, and then we'll see exactly how much more clipping we have to do, because like we definitely have substantial positions in the synthetics position. We have a pretty substantial holding in the Nasdaq position, so obviously we have some easy we can get those out of the way, because I'm pretty sure those two positions alone, actually I think the synthetics position alone will cover what's left of the loan. But then I also have I gotta start doing that too. I gotta get all the fun stuff. Like I gotta go liquidate a few other positions to pay back the synthetic networks position, because I got outstanding stuff for that. So we're going to have to see what we can do. We're going to see what we can do, because we're going to have to be doing some doings over the next 4 to 6 weeks. All right. So now we're going to shift over into the news. We are going to shift over into the news. Now, no, it's not that. That needs to go away. Okay, first one, quick hit. Sam Bankman-Fried is facing 110 years in prison. Good riddance. Goodbye. You did this to yourself. You were terrible for the space. You were a terrible person. You were a megalomaniac. A classic example of getting lost in your own sauce. You used your company as a piggy bank. You were a bad leader. You were surrounded by people who were equally as inept as you. And yeah, he got found guilty on all charges. Good. And I guess now we'll find out how corrupt the system is now that we're getting to sentencing. Now, if he gets all 110 of them years, maybe the system does work. If he gets let off, if he gets exonerated, then we know what it is. And that's all I have to say about it. It was terrible for the space across the board. The homies over in Seoul had to find out the hard way that, VC funding, right? When your VCs are corrupt. Interesting. Like this had cascading effects across the space. Nobody went unfazed. Nobody went untouched. And yeah, and now people are complaining for more regulation, which they think is going to help us, which actually is just going to, it's going to help those of us who are already here. It's going to harm those of you who are trying to come into the market. But that's fine. You get what you pay for. The next news story, and then we'll be jumping over into alpha. And I think I'm gonna make some like cuts. I think that'd be nice if we had some cuts that like cut scenes. The next story, name of the video. Former crypto day trader says no thanks even as Bitcoin roars back. Let's dive into this. No thanks to no thank you. And so this is interesting. One of the things that I noticed as I peruse and skim this article, we're going to peruse and skim it a second time together, is that this guy is from the traditional finance side of the field, which obviously any professional trader at this point is from traditional finance. They just come play and gamble in the cryptocurrency spaces. So between 2013 and 2017, that's when I started. Gotcha. Peter Toe claims to have made more than $1 million. Claims. It's one of the other things that I always like to talk to people about. A lot of people claim a lot of stuff. Now, that's cool. You can claim whatever you want. I rock with it. Claim away. Claim your set. Claim your click. Claim your peoples. But there's none of these people are substantiating anything. And you know, it's interesting because like we were doing an episode of Guns and Butter, and Casey chimed in and said that there's a lot of thousandaires out here, and I'm like, if you've got verified results, I rock with that. Like, if you got results and you can get to a certain point, I rock with that. But like, these people just say whatever with no substantiation. And I get it. But you're not watching them build, you're not watching them trade, they're not documenting anything. They're just saying things, and people just like believe them. But then when the person who document an entire portfolio over the year of like, hey, we put this much in, hey, this is the move that we're making, tracking the moves, tracking the wins, tracking the losses, here for the bad days, here for the good days. Y'all got all the pushback in the world from me, but you just believe these idiots because they say what you want them to say. Okay. He said Bitcoin is not as volatile or as driven as it was. For traders like me who are hunting for inefficiencies in the market, it is not interesting. The allure is kind of gone. Now, this is the difference between a gambler and an investor. You're telling me that this guy is, and this is the reason I don't believe this, that this guy is day trading and pulling better numbers than 114% on average doing nothing but holding. You're telling me that this guy is day trading in the traditional markets. Now, he's a professional trader, so he has access to stuff that everybody else doesn't. And like, to say that like going into a bull run where we're looking at like an easy 4x, where is this dude getting 4x in the traditional markets? Period. Because we don't ever hear about that. Ever. And I'll say it. I'll still say it. In all of the people that I have worked with, I have literally, in my existence of only working with rich people, never met a day trader that was rich. And like, that's how they got rich. I know people who do it after they're rich. As something to do because it's gambling. And that's about it. Like, there's people who trade in the markets after the fact. They're already rich. They did something else to get rich. They did not get rich day trading. Like, I'm just going to say, like, I'm going to call it what it is. I've never met a professional day trader. I know hedge fund managers. I've met them. But I've never met someone who was like, yeah, I'm a professional day trader. I'm rich. Also, in the sense of like they're wealthy, like they got multi-million-dollar net worths, they're building multi-million-dollar houses, like they're navigating in those circles. Like, I have never met those people ever. Just haven't. I mean, the day might come and I will get on here and I will stand corrected. I'm just saying. But he's saying the allure's gone. I'm like, we're getting ready to go into a bull run. Like, what better day trading are you going to have? Like, honestly, like, where are you putting up numbers that are matching our numbers during a bull run year? I understand bear run. I get it. Bear run, it's ugly around here. All of your favorite crypto YouTubers that you're going to follow and buy their stupid coins and lose all your money because they told you to, they're going to go under rocks as soon as this next, probably about, let's say, 18 to 24 months, they're going to be gone. Once this dip happens, once the fall off happens, they're going to be gone. They're not going to be here. They're not going to be here. But he's feeling like it's not like, I just don't understand these so-called day traders. Like, these articles are wild. So, And then there's another part in here where he's like, it kind of put me over the edge. I just decided it wasn't worth it. Why would I have my money in this space when there's a chance that it could all just go away? This is what happens when people come into this space and don't know this space. This is in regards to the FTX debacle, the FTX conspiracy, if you would, the FTX, how would we say it? The FTX, I'm going to say the FTX collapse. And he's right to have concerns if you enter into the space lazily. The issue is he was entering into the space and day trading on a centralized exchange. He was not in the markets. Now, I'm not saying that in the markets are off centralized exchanges 100% safe, because it's not. But these people from the traditional space, they're used to a middleman. They're used to not being 100% accountable for their own money. They're used to being able to just like click buttons on a screen and then they just handle it, and the money's just there and they can't collapse. And these actors, even though they can gatekeep you to a certain extent, as far as the platform goes, unless you're on something like a Robinhood or you're making too much money and beating them at their own game, and they turn off your exchange so that you can't trade. They turn off your trading pair so that you can't trade. They don't let you cash out. They won't let you sell so that you can secure your profits. Those are things that Robinhood and many other traditional finance markets did during the AMC and GameStop bull run. Just reminder. But what they didn't do, even though they costed you guys to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, impermanent losses, opportunities lost, opportunities not able to be capitalized on. What they didn't do was they didn't just like flip the whole table over and take all your money and just disappear and not give you your money back. They didn't do that. They allowed you to lose your money. They allowed you not to deploy your money. But they did not just run off and flake off with your money so to buy themselves houses. So I'll give them that. But this is what happens when these people come in and it's like, well, you actually don't know about the space. Your entry into our market as a professional trader, you're a professional. You know what you're doing. Certified, right? And your entry in, and you didn't realize or do any research on the space to know that like centralized entities aren't exactly safe. Is that's what we doing? That's how we doing this? I just don't know why these people come in with these opinions. Like, I know what I'm doing. It's not safe in that market because I was using a centralized exchange to do something that I could have done on chain and not had this issue through a decentralized exchange. I don't know. I guess they're just not as professional in the crypto spaces they like to lead on. We'll go with that. And they're saying that the inefficiencies in the market. Now, I do remember this. He was saying, and I quote, there would be these 20 to 30% dips when everybody in New York was sleeping. Toe said, in the early days, you would hunt for these glitches to make money. Now, if crypto goes up, you make money, and if it goes down, you lose. It's more directional, which is a different game. Fair enough. And he's not wrong. Because like there were a bunch of like random, like at certain times people were rolling into the market. Like now there's a lot more automated. There's a lot more bots out there. There's automation in the trading for the people who are trading. You can spin up a bot that trades a trading strategy 24 hours a day. It never goes to sleep and it just runs on its own. Like you put the money in it, it kind of does its thing. And then he has his ending statement here is a lot of people go into crypto thinking it's going to be easy money because of the millions of people who made money in non-fungible tokens and other coins. He said, then they take bigger risks than they intended and kind of just break their accounts. That is 100% true. A lot of people come into this space looking to get rich tomorrow. A lot of people come into this space thinking that their one project that they came in for, because this is how I got into the space. The one project that I came in for, I thought that was it. I was predominantly holding that coin. That was my play. That's what I wanted to do. And then after I lost 20 grand on paper, that was the first loss. Now I've lost more than that since then on some of these plays, but fortunately some of the plays have yielded more than, I'm ahead. As far as portfolio growth, as somebody who tracks their net worth and whose net worth is directly affected by the cryptocurrency space, I do a pretty good job. That's the reason when I say that this is just math. I have results. I have consistent results. I am tracking these things regularly. I have to come back and be accountable to this every week, every single month. I am tracking my net worth. I have a financial breakdown that encompasses crypto because it is the bulk of my net worth. It is that followed, backstopped by my house, backstopped by paper assets. In that order, and my paper assets collection, because I'm not that interested in it, is realistically I'm just now starting to care about that. Just now. I'm doing everything quote unquote backwards, but I've already secured my retirement, in my opinion. We secured that Bitcoin bag. That was the retirement. Now we're adding to the retirement bag. We're gonna get that 32 ETH bag. We're gonna get that staked, get that kicking off some dividends. Gonna be eating off that. That's the next play. So when you have somebody who's actually tracking these things to show you, because I'm not sitting on the mountaintop. I'm not telling you I made $1 bazillion last year. What I am telling you is I figured out how to pay off all my credit card debt. What I am telling you is I figured out how to get myself and my roommates into a situation where we're house hacking versus having to pay rent and having to move or having to deal with skyrocketing rent costs. What I will tell you is we're sitting on a grip of money and home equity. What I will tell you is we're monetizing our credit. We're monetizing everything over here. I don't know. Yeah, everybody wants to talk to the guru so that he can tell you something that doesn't work anymore. And it just doesn't make sense where we ignore the people that are active at the same level. We all down here together, basically, more or less. I got a couple more zeros behind my account number. But when someone's showing you the ideology and the methodology of how they're building out a portfolio and you just want to argue, I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. That's the last bit of news for today. Now we're going to move over to the alpha. Now I've got two things. One thing is going to be something that, beating a dead drum here. The NASDAQ, we're going to show that we're still sitting above 40% on the APR. That's a nice position. We're going to be re-up in this position in next year's portfolio because we like to find things where we can get paid to hold. I'm fine sitting there. This is a pretty easy liquidity pool to get in and out of. It's single asset staking. This pool is still full. It's super sad to me. I would really prefer to be in this pool, but alas, we don't get all the opportunities. We just got to settle for what we can get. But the single asset staking, easy to move in and out. Easy to add to buy the dips. We've been doing good. We kept buying the dips. We had a cash reserve. We've still got a cash reserve on this position. Yeah, this is a solid one. Now, the last alpha piece that I wanted to show you, because we always talk about everybody gets mad at me when I say I follow the money. And as much as I hate to say it, people love to argue about following the money. And they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, I look at the metrics. So I'm going to show you the metrics so that, because like people don't like to believe me and I don't understand why. I'm a smart guy. Generally speaking, if I argue, it's because I'm right. Generally speaking, if I'm entering into a back and forth, I'm either looking for you to show me that I'm wrong so that I can update my numbers and adjust my position, because I'm trying to win too. But I don't just say stuff. And so I'll show you. This is specific for one of my bag chaser homies. But let's talk about it. So this is what I look at, because this is what I do in these spaces. I provide liquidity. So when I say I follow the money and you're telling me about a partnership that isn't yielding anything, this is what I'm referencing. The numbers. This is all on-chain data. It's all available to see. And this was specific in a conversation about Solana, which when we look at the list of where the money actually is, the numbers are the numbers. This is Ethereum. Over half to this day, sir. All of the money locked in the chain. All your liquidity, all the money. When I'm talking about the money, this is what I'm talking about. And we'll look here. And what's crazy is, now that I'm looking at this list, I did not realize that Tron was number 2. I don't have any money on Tron. I'm not. Now see, this is where facts don't care about your feelings. I don't like this chain, so I don't use it. I'm on multiple of these other chains and I'm not on Tron. That's on me. It's a decision, and it's probably costing me money because there's opportunities that I am willingly skipping. Now, look at where Solana's at on this. Hold up. That's okay, so that ain't even Solana. Solana is literally 1% of all the money in the cryptocurrency DeFi space. 1. I mean, at least they've got a whole percent, because literally all the other chains I'm on, what we got here? Optimism, I'm on that chain. What are they at? 1.5%? Nothing. Polygon, we hear a lot of news about Polygon. I'm on Polygon as well. Nasdaq's is housed on Polygon. It's sitting on that chain. 1.75%. Nothing. And Polygon, Matic gets so much stuff. Oh, so-and-so is building on this. So-and-so, this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. The money is not moving, though. That's what I'm talking about. Solana, 1%. Nothing. Everybody else, 8%. Base, 0.68%. Just released. Nothing. And they got a good flood of money. Matter of fact, we can look. Let's do the number. Oh, what's that? $23.928 billion on Ethereum. Let's look at Solana. $437.17 million. Those numbers aren't even comparable. Let's look at what Polygon's got. Oh, wait a second. Arbitrum got a good chunk too. Wait a second. Arbitrum has 4.35%. They got 1.9 billion. So like when I talk about following the money, Solana can't talk until they get over. Like you ain't even dealt with the little dudes yet. I mean, technically speaking, Base just launched. And Base is, you got Base, you got Chronos. Also, another chain. I was on that chain. Very smooth. Did not have good experience. Did not like. But you got like all this to get over to here. So when I say that there's not money on a chain, I'm not just saying that to like hurt your feelings. Like I'm going data, basically 24 billion versus 237 0.17 million. Those aren't comparable numbers. When I say that there's no money there, there's no money there. It's again, it's just math. We can look at the metrics. Solana is at 8. At 8. Like that's 7 whole ass spots to get enough money in that chain. And imagine if Solana ended up with this amount of money, though, token price would be ridiculous. Like, that's an opportunity. That's the reason. Like I said, we're gonna be securing that Solana bag this year. But we getting a few other bags on here too. But like, you can look at the numbers. These numbers are readily available. This is what it is. Like, it's not hard, and it's also not an argument to go, there's not money there. Like, there's not. In comparison, the 54.79%. Most of the money, even though I don't like farming on Ethereum because the fees get stupid at times, most of the money is still there. Like, it just is what it is. These are public numbers. You can't argue this. This is not an argument. What you do is you check and you're like, hey, is there growth? Are we steadily growing? Solana's showing growth. People are getting back into the ecosystem. That's something that we look at. Something that we take note of, especially since I'm going to be freaking riding this out over the bull run for 18 to 24 months. Which means I got to find a place to park some money over there. Like, if I'm going to be on there, like, we're going to just sit over there and you're going to hear me complain every time they have to either reboot the chain or the chain goes down. Like, I'm going to be mad. But we're going to have a small nugget of money over there because, like, I don't like stagnant money. I also don't buy on centralized exchanges outside of Bitcoin anymore. So we're going to have to figure something out. And we will figure something out. But these are the facts. Like, look. Wait a minute. Live users or active users. You could go on active user metrics. Bruh, let's talk about it. Okay, so those are 0. So Ethereum. Now, if you go active user, Solana is still at 8. Or no, they're not. No, they're not. Solana would be, Solana doesn't even have 1 million active users. They're at under 100,000 active users. Tron, 1.45 million. I mean, it looks like Solana has the 1.12 million active users. So this is going based on wallet address. Like, I mean, there's a bunch of metrics that we can look at, but I'm like, that comparison, I don't. No, because they shrink it down. So Ethereum currently, like, this is active, like, right now. You can look at the volume number. Now, see, that's something that's interesting for Solana. I like that. Okay, so Solana has 24-hour volume is 142.11 million, which is cool. Big Daddy over here, 791.19 million. Now, see, for Tron having the position that they have, they've only got 9.33 million flowing through it. So this is why, actually, more credence to me not being on Tron, because I hate that chain. Hate it. Hate it. Like, I dislike Tron more than I dislike any other chain at this point. Well, I say it's Tron and Base equally just because Base isn't actually a decentralized chain. It's Coinbase's chain, and they can pause and take your money and hold transactions and do all this stuff that they say that they're not going to do. They can do that there. But this 24-hour volume means there's no liquidity. There's more liquidity on Sol than there is on Tron. And Optimism, pretty low. Arbitrum, though, my guys, I like it. I like it. It's one of my baby chains. I like it. But yeah, like, I mean, these are metrics that we can look at. Like, you can look at, I mean, actually, this is one that you guys should look at as far as checking to see if you qualify for airdrops. For those of you who are active in the space, this is a good deal to kind of just check through here to see if it's something that you've used that's having an airdrop, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, you know, like this is on chain data. Like, this isn't me making stuff up. Like, it's actual numbers, people. Like, and it's numbers from the perspective that I look at, and like, I care how much money is on a chain because that's the lane that I'm in currently. I provide liquidity. I follow liquidity. I look at liquidity. It's also a pretty big indicator of the health of a chain. How easy is it to get to access to money? That's the reason most of your NFT projects are also on Ethereum, because there's just so much money there that it's easy to convert this over and get to money immediately, quick. That's where those 24-hour volumes. Now, Solana, the reason their 24-hour volume, I guarantee you, is so high is because they do have an active NFT community over there. So you need to have that. Like, this number matters at that point, because you need to be able to get to money. People buying, people selling. There you go. But to say that it's even comparable, if you're talking money, it's not. Nothing's comparable. The closest conversation is Tron, and that chain is garbage. It's hot trash. The owner of that chain, hot trash individual. Don't go there. But, you know, like, the hope is that some of these chains pop off and eat up a little bit more of this pie. Do I think that it's going to eat up the pie? No. But like, the opportunity there is Solana's at 1%. Now, if it gets to, say Tron takes out Binance Smart Chain, that's going to be a big boost in Solana, or any of these, like, if they move up, that's going to be a big deal. Like, that's where the opportunity is. And from a yield farming perspective, like, usually these smaller chains have better opportunities than this does. That's the reason you'll see, like, I'm over on Optimism. I'm over on Polygon. I'm over on Arbitrum. I'm going to be over on Solana for the next 12 to 24 months. Like, there's just no, if I'm buying into a chain, I'm not going to not have money there. Like, I'm not sitting there not getting paid. Like, that's stupid. We're going to secure the bag, you know? And hopefully they've done some sort of upgrade. I'm doubtful, but hopefully the chain doesn't go down multiple times this year. I don't think that's too much of an ask, but, you know, it is what it is. Let me pop my big dumb head back up here. So with that said, it's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. We're turning it down, turning it out. Remember, for those of you who are getting this on Wednesday, happy hump day. It's the middle of the week. If you're not having the week that you want, it is not too late to make that pivot. For my bag chasers, I hope that y'all are ready for the week ahead. I'm excited to hop into the voice chat to chop it up with you here in probably about hour and a half, something like that. I'm going to get this done, get this thumbnail done, get this uploaded for you guys. Going to go run some errands and then get ready to hop on this voice chat with you. Again, it's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero, and we are out.
Cryptocurrency, currency. She love cryptocurrency. Me have a hot sexy girl. Whoa. Yeah. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Decentralized like a blockchain. Anyway you see me, girl, you know it not gonna stop. Wait, pull up in the Beamer or the Benz or the Bentley. Cryptocurrency, that's what we spending. We not in a lending. No for them a snake, yo. We not in a friending. Bad mind fussy them. Once see we ending. Smiling out with face, but call that pretending. Now left me 9 milli. Girls say we trending. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. She love cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency. She love cryptocurrency. Made a mass wallet. Cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency. Coinbase wallet. Stack it up. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she wanna crypto. She love how me DeFi. It's something makes you feel high. Digital currency, I wish she need.